In this episode, I'm going to give you my recommendations for week 11 of the fantasy basketball season for the Sleeper app. Now let's make some game picks. Welcome to the Game Pick Fantasy Basketball Podcast. I am your host, Robbin Marx. You can connect with me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Game Pick Podcast. If you love points leagues, dynasty, and Sleeper's new game pick format, please consider subscribing on all channels. And please stick around until the end because I'm going to share the game pick sleeper of the week. Now let's jump into our big time game picks for week 11 of the NBA season. Jaren Jackson Jr. All of the rankings that we're going to talk about today are hashtag basketball points league rankings. Hashtag basketball points league rankings. Jaren Jackson Jr. is ranked number 69. He has 3 games this week. No back-to-backs. Jaren Jackson has really been showing up this year. With Ja Morant out for a while with injury and now returning, the team is finally building some chemistry. But as everyone knows out there, the new safety protocols are taking a toll on the NBA and the consistency. So a lot of teams are struggling to develop that chemistry. I would say for Jaren Jackson Jr., I believe he's going to have a breakout year. He's on a roll. So please, if you have him on your team, I would suggest the game pick for Friday versus the San Antonio Spurs. Wendell Carter Jr., ranked number 67. He has 3 games this week. No back-to-backs. My game pick for Wendell Carter Jr. is going to be the Tuesday versus Milwaukee. Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes is ranked number 77. He has 4 games this week. Yes, he does have a back-to-back. It is on the Tuesday and Wednesday, so be mindful for that. My game pick for Harrison Barnes is going to be the Friday game versus the Dallas Mavericks. It's his former team, and hey, they say revenge games are not a thing. I believe Harrison Barnes, who has been kind of slumping lately, is going to have a bounce-back game against his former team, the Dallas Mavericks. And speaking of the Dallas Mavericks, Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is ranked number 79. He has no back-to-backs this week, and my game pick for Jalen Brunson is going to be the Wednesday game at Sacramento. Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward is ranked number 71. He has 3 games this week, no back-to-backs. My recommendation for Gordon Hayward is going to be the Monday game versus Houston. Houston has one of the worst defenses in the NBA. So please, I would exploit that. If you have Gordon Hayward, I would play him on the Monday versus Houston. This week's game pick sleeper of the week is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is the best place to play fantasy sports, including best ball, daily drafts, and pick'em. Start drafting in minutes for a shot at big cash and an enhanced game watching experience. Did I mention that Kevin Durant and Mark Cuban invested in Underdog? Once I heard about those cosigns, I had to spread the news. Sign up today and use the code GamePickPodcast. Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. All you have to do is use the promo code GamePickPodcast. It's like getting free money. Don't miss out on your chance to double up from the jump. To download the Underdog Fantasy app on Android or iOS, just go to your app store and look for it. I'm sure you'll find it. Now, the game pick sleeper of the week, Saddiq Bey. He is ranked number 100 on hashtag basketball for points leagues. He has 2 games this week, no back-to-backs. Saddiq Bey, has been one of those players that I've had an eye on because I play a lot of dynasty basketball, and I believe he has the potential to be a consistent contributor for years to come. However, he hasn't really had a chance to shine, especially with Cade Cunningham coming in, people's expectations for Killian Hayes. He's kind of been put to the back burner. But if you look at his output for the last couple of weeks, he's really been cooking. So my game pick for Saddiq Bey for week 11 of the fantasy basketball season is going to be the Wednesday game versus the New York Knicks. It is his highest projected point total. If I didn't mention your player, please drop a comment with your request. Please join our brand new Discord server if you need help with game picks, trades, dynasty questions, team names, the works. All you have to do is hit the link in the bio of the YouTube description of this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, share with a friend, hit us with a Hacksaw Jim Duggan, which is a thumbs up, and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Thank you for joining me. I hope you absolutely crush your league this week. Now get out there and make some game picks.